Gotta think about some of these questions.
Yes. So family, let us know that you're out there with the thumbs and hearts up. We have a special guest tonight. Family, get excited. This young lady comes with much energy. And tonight's show, you just seen it. Step up and use your gift.
That's right.
Wow.
Step up. I'm Susie, family.
Oh, and just in case you didn't know, I'm Zoe.
And today we have Khalia.
Hey.
Yes.
We're excited to have Khalia Deborah.
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 Yes.
And I asked her, what's your name? How do I pronounce your name? I asked the first name, but lo and behold, I forgot to ask about the second name.
That's okay.
Good lesson. Good lesson.
Blooper. It's just a blooper. Let's rewind. Let's rewind.
We're not gonna
This is
rewind.
Susie, I'm Zoe, and we had Khalia Deborah.
Yes. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Yes. So family, we see that you are tuning in. Keep giving thumbs up. Let us know that you're there. Sister Speaks Life is back. Tonight is Wednesday, hump day. We have gotten over the hump. Yes, at least I got over the hump. But how about you?
I got 2 more days to go. I'm pretty
Right.
good. I think I'm making it. I'm
All
gonna
right.
make it. I'm
You
gonna
okay,
make it.
Kalia? You making it this week?
Yeah, I'm on Friday mode already.
You on Friday mode?
Can I get there?
Yeah, I'm kind of on Friday mode. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
It's all good. It's all good. But we just thank God we had another day to wake up
Amen.
and come to be on Sister Speaks Life show another week. So family, as you know, on Sister Speaks Life, we like to bring and introduce women
Yes.
who are doing things, who are living their life, fulfilling their dreams, using their gifts. And tonight's show is called Step Up and Use Your Gift. So family, this young lady, oh my goodness. She is living her purpose, and you will hear it from her, the things that she's doing and why she's doing it and how she's doing it all.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness, Susie. I need
She's a-
some of Khalia energy.
Multitasker. Okay.
Yes, and professional with it. That's what I like.
Very with a purpose and a plan. I'm like, my
Yes.
God, how is this girl doing it? But today we're gonna find out, guys.
Yes, and that's what we're all about. Bringing women on who know their gift, okay? They're using it
Amen.
with their sole purpose
That's right.
to what? Inspire you.
That's right.
All right, and inspire us too.
That's right.
All right.
You know, I still keep thinking about the fact, and I was thinking about this yesterday, that there are cemeteries full of people.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I thought about? I don't want to be one of those people that when they bury me, they be like, wow, she took away, she left with all those talents and all those gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So trust me, we don't want to be those people. We want to be the ones that are here living now, and we're using the gifts and the talents that God has given each and every one of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what? We rise up.
That's right.
So, you know, you talked about the people in the cemetery.
Mm.
They down, but we still up.
We still up.
And we're going to keep
Exactly.
rising up.
Exactly.
Because the Psalm 139, you know our favorite scripture, Psalm
Yes.
139:14. It says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Does that sound like a preacher?
That's right, girl. Bring it. Bring
All right.
it.
I'm sorry, but you know when that scripture just hits you, it's like, wait, I gotta read it the way that it says it. You know? Praise God,
Family.
praise God.
And you know, Zoe, today I did a little quick video, and I'm not one to do these little videos, but I just had to because I got inspired this morning as I was listening to a message.
Okay.
And it was talking about coming boldly to the throne. And when you were just sharing now that scripture, I'm like, we just got to remember who we are in Christ.
Yes.
And a lot of the times is that we fear coming to God for the things. And I always think that, you know, it doesn't matter how big or how small your
Right.
situation is or what you want, what your need is. God is always there just to hear us out. So if you're sitting on that talent, on that gift, and you're just asking, well, or you're thinking, God doesn't care about that. Yes, he does. Trust me, he does. And he cares about everything that concerns you. Why? Because he created you and he made you unique. And that's why this girl is here today.
Yes.
Because I read her story. We read her story. And it's like, wow, God is using her in a unique way. You're multitasking, but I mean, you went to school for one area, correct?
Yeah.
But then you're just flourishing with that one thing, correct? So she's going to be sharing. And I'm not going to hold it up long, but I do want to share something.
But wait, Susie.
Go ahead.
Family. Doesn't Khalia have a beautiful smile?
Yes, she does.
And give thumbs up and hearts up. Give some love for Khalia.
Thank
oh my
you.
goodness.
Thank
Khalia Deborah.
Deborah.
I'm saying it right because I jacked it up earlier.
And everybody that's tuning in, Miss Clark, James, everybody tune in. Thank you very much. Keep starting. You know what to do. Share this video.
Yes.
Everybody that comes on every week. So share this video. We're about to get started. We want everybody to tune in. We don't want them to miss 1 second of this, because when you hear Khalia Deborah, oh my goodness. All right, Susie, so what was you saying? I'm sorry.
So I'm just going to give credit to where credit is due. And I read this earlier today, ladies, and it was on www.jollynotes.com. And the writer states, we have all been given different talents, gifts, abilities. God works in different ways through each of us, and we all serve him faithfully as we use our gifts to glorify him. We should invest the gifts that God has blessed us with wisely. We should use our gifts and abilities to honor God and to bless, encourage, and strengthen others in love. Without love, all our gifts are nothing. We should not neglect our gifts, but instead develop them. Stir them up, fan them into flames so that they get even better to the edification of the church and to the glory of God. And as I read that, I thought about you. Because I said, wow, talk about fanning the flame. Okay? And you're taking your gifts and you're using them wisely. As I read your bio, I'm like, wow, everything in such order. Sister, you inspired me.
All right, so wait, Susie, wait. So we're telling the family everything, like, they got to hear about her. They got to hear about her. So, all right, so who is Khalia Deborah?
Talk to us. All right. So it's like one of those questions where I've been asked plenty of times. Especially like, when you come out of college, everyone goes almost every interview, well, tell us a bit about yourself. But it's always been so like elevator speechy. Like, I'm Khalia Deborah. Well, it was. Yeah, I'm Khalia Deborah, and I have a accounting finance degree. I work here. I do this and da-da-da. But it's just like, is that really like who I am? And it was just like, I was just defining myself by like my achievements and my accomplishments. So like, I went to school, that defined me. I got this degree, that defined me. I worked at this place, so that defined me. But it was just like, well, who are you? So it was just like, I really didn't kind of plug into who I was until I faced what I was not, if that makes sense.
Ooh,
so
wow.
it was, yes. It was kind of like, okay, well, who are you? Besides, all the titles I hold, I'm a mother above everything. Favorite thing to be right now. I'm a mother. I'm a photographer. Rebate analyst by day. I do financial coaching. I'm a mentor. So like all those titles, like, but who am I? And I like sum it up into like 3 words. I am strong, impactful, and determined.
Amen.
And it was just like those 3 words kind of dictate who I am.
Can you repeat that one more time? Say it clear. Have our listeners hear.
Cool. So I am strong, I'm impactful, and I am determined.
All right.
And it was just like those 3 words kind of like sum me up. And again, as I stated, I didn't know who I was until I figured out, was faced like what I was not, or what I felt like I wasn't. So it was just like at a time where I felt like, I'm not strong enough to do this. I'm not strong enough to kind of fulfill the purpose that you have me to, or I'm not, good enough to be this or be that, and compare myself to this person. Oh, well, you want me to do this, God? It's like, those people doing that. I don't have what they have to do this or do that. But it's just like, I became, strong enough. And he kind of helped me use what I had to be who he needed me to be. I'm impactful because I can use those, the different gifts, the way I go about, my life and sharing just what he kind of brought me through to impact others. So it's just like my gift isn't about, what I recoup, but what it does to other people.
All right.
And it makes you happy.
Yes, it does.
And
like in a real geeky way.
It's okay. I like that. like that because last week's show we talked about joy versus happiness.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about, that geeky way, is that joy, that satisfaction that you receive when you're helping people, when you're making an impact in their lives. And I thank you for breaking it down that way because I never heard it broken down that way. To take 3 words to describe yourself, but it's the words you used were just beautiful. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
But you know what, family? I'm going to give you a homework assignment. So for this week,
I like that.
think of 3 words that describe yourself. So when we come back next week, y'all can all comment, or better yet, as you think of them, comment on this post. I'm sure Khalia would be glad to see.
Yeah, definitely.
What 3 words did you come up with to describe yourself?
And my cousin Jessica Vega is on, and she's from Virginia. And this girl's a
Jessica.
multitasker herself. And I know that she can find 3 words that can describe who she is.
So thank you, everybody that's tuning in, and thank you, everyone that's sharing this video. Keep sharing it with everyone that you know, so that way they can be inspired tonight by Khalia Deborah.
Okay. Khalia.
Yes.
As I was reading, I'm saying, and you wrote something in your bio that I'm saying, wait a minute. She's doing all this stuff, but she wrote something that said, I need to know about this because how being such the woman you are today, what? Okay, I'm just going to ask the question, okay? You describe yourself as a person who has failed and fell off course. If you don't mind, can you share what happened?
Sure. So it's one of the things where like everyone kind of has like that thing that's like, I'm gonna say weakness for lack of better words, but like I'm not a stranger to God. I'm not a stranger to, you know, what He expects of us, what you know, the plans He has for your life, and all. So I'm not a stranger to it. I've been in church most of my life. My mom's a minister. Like it's, you know, I'm not a stranger to it. So it's just like I know how He expects me to be. And, you know, at probably like right around going to college, right before I went to college, it's like I got this idea of what He has for me or what He's kind of pushing me towards. But instead I decided to do my own thing. You know, I decided to do my own thing. And my big thing was doing what, you know, I was supposed to do, like what the world wants you to do. You know, so I went to school, got my business degree, did my accounting and finance thing. I got a job at Vanguard. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm on point. Like, this is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And it's just like, regardless of where I feel like He's pushing me or He's telling me to go, I'm going to do this. And I'm good. I'm on track. And I pretty much was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Okay.
So I came to Him when I needed Him. And like I guess, my weakness was my relationships.
Okay.
So like that's the thing that would deter me from like God needed me to go right, but I would go left.
Okay.
So it's just like that was my thing. And in my relationships, I did what I wanted to do.
Okay.
You know, in my head, like I felt like I was, you know, all right, God, I'm still doing some stuff right. I went to school, I got a degree, I go to church, I do my devotionals,
my part.
Like, you know, I pay my tithes sometimes. So it's just like I like, you know, I do some stuff right, but it's some stuff that I was doing that wasn't so right. However, they were more critical than I realized at the moment. And it's like, you know, the Bible says, and I say it a lot, and I, you know, talking to my girlfriends and stuff like that, we had these conversations, and I know you're probably, you always say that, but the Bible says, you know, guard your heart above all, because everything flows from it. And it's just like, that is like my number one thing I got to remind myself.
Right.
Because just the simple facts that, like, you know, the way I dealt with my heart in those relationships affected so many other different areas in my life. Like, and it didn't like, it's not like it's something that I noticed right off the bat,
Right.
but over time. And then it's like, it wasn't until like maybe like a year ago, stuff just started to like click, like, okay, because you dealt with like your heart in this way, you know, you have to fix that.
Wow.
You know, so it's just like, that was like my downfall. And I wasn't dealing with my heart properly. I wasn't dealing with relationships properly. I wasn't building a proper foundation before jumping into things. It was just like that, like, affected everything. So the kind of woman He needed me to be, the kind of mother he needed me to be, you know, just the character he needed me to have in order to impact other people's lives. It's like there's things that I'm doing that I can't do that and do this at the same time.
Right.
You know, so it's just like I had a nonprofit called In Her Beauty, which I still do in a different way, but I was basically mentoring young girls on, you know, seeing life beyond just your outer looks, because that's all TV is about.
That's right.
The reality shows, it's kind of annoying, but that's all it's about. So we challenge them to see past that. You know, getting them involved in stuff, bringing speakers in, different young women that's doing dope things, running businesses. But it's just like, I always felt like, you know, okay, well, I'm mentoring them, but there's still like a chunk of me that I probably shouldn't be right here, right now.
Okay.
And that whole thing kind of like just, he snatched it right from me.
Wow.
Like, snatched it right from me, like, to the point where it's just like, you know, once I got pregnant, it's just like everything started to get pulled up from beneath me. But it was like so on purpose, if that makes sense. So it's like he stripped me of everything so that way he can make me realize, like, I need you to be a certain person.
Yes.
And it's not like he stripped it from me and like took it from me and I'm never getting it back. But it was kind of like punishment where, you know, I'm gonna confiscate this phone from you because you don't know how to stop texting class. Like, so it's just like he took the gift from me and then made me sit on it and like fester on it to kind of put a cause in me. Like, okay, well, why?
Right.
You know, why does he need me to be this kind of person?
Right.
Why, you know, do I have to go this way? What was so wrong with what I was doing? And why did I have to be stripped of everything? Because he needs you to be able to realize how serious it is.
Yes.
So that way you don't keep repeating those things.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Because seldom do we hear that. And thank you for just being transparent because it's true. You have to deal with the matters of the heart. And if your heart is not right and where it needs to be, it comes to the point where God says, enough.
Yes.
I can't use you. I can't take this any further because you're not surrendering. You're not learning what I need you to learn.
Exactly.
Because if you're depositing in the lives of people, he
What
wants
are you
you.
depositing?
Right. What are you depositing? So like you had said, you have one foot in one place in the church. Right. And one in outside.
In the world. Yeah.
In the world. And he won't have that at the end. And, you know, the wonderful thing is that, yes, he still uses you to a certain point, but to really be effective and continue to use you in a greater way,
You don't want
do
to limit
have
yourself.
to do that.
And that's what I was doing. Because, like, some people would even look at me and go, oh my God, Clay, I'm so proud of you. You're doing this, you're doing that, and da-da-da-da. You know, I jumped on the gravy train like, oh, thank you. You know, like, you know, I felt good about myself. But then, like, once he, like, shows you this bigger picture that he has for you, because he doesn't give you the, you know, the Tiffany's box with the red ribbon right there.
Right.
And then you open it and it's all there. No. So he gives it to you in pieces. But, like, I call it solitary confinement. But he, like, had me in, like, this solitary confinement, and I was, like, his prisoner. And he stripped everything away from me. And for a while, it was just me and him. And even when I tried to, like, you know, surround myself with other people or do this or do that, it was just like, no. And it's just like, come on, why do you have me here? Like, just by myself. Like, I felt lonely, unworthy. I felt so many different negative things. But, like, that same kind of space that he had me in that I called, like, my solitary confinement, where I was lonely, my, like, dark hole, is where he basically was like, bam, bam, bam. Like, this is what I have you to do. Down to, like, you know, a book I'm writing. This organization. This is what I need you to do to photography. This is what I need you to do for mentoring. And it's just like, even the clients that come my way, it's just like, they didn't just come my way because I take nice pictures. And it's so obvious, which makes it even more doper. But it's just so obvious. But it's just like, all right. And then you finally just put your hands up and stop fighting them.
Yes.
And say, do your thing. Now, I will tell you, that does not mean that you won't stumble again.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like, that does not mean that, you know, because my relationship with him is better, because I decided to put both feet in instead of one, that does not mean I'm perfect.
Right.
You know, it just, like, that first time where it was hard, it felt terrible. I don't want to do it again. I stumbled and I fell.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, once you get closer to him, you can stumble, but you can catch yourself in the stumble. So you don't have to fall every single time.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so it's just like you catch yourself in that stumble,
Mm-hmm.
and he gives you grace, but also giving yourself grace enough not to fall flat on your face.
Thank you. And that's right. Now you pick up the signs. Now you get the signs.
Right.
You're even
Right.
going in the direction that, no, God is saying don't go that way.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking it up before it even happens. So that's the good thing. And thank you for sharing that testimony, because I believe people do need to hear that. I believe maybe sometimes people are sitting in that place of confinement, like you said, by themselves, thinking God is not hearing them, that God is still not wanting to use them, but God wants to use you. With that, he prepared you for, he had a plan for you from the door, from the beginning of time. So he still wants to get you there, and it's up to us, and I'll say us, to just sit, listen, and seek his face. And I believe that that confinement moment, I'm sure you were yearning.
Was that, yeah. But it grew a desire, though.
Right.
So it grew a desire. So I got to a point where I was, you know, reading my word on my lunch break, or getting up. You know, I leave the house at 6:30. I try to leave the house at 6:30.
Okay.
But I was waking up,
Right.
you know, earlier just to give myself time to spend time with him. And so it just, like, it became a desire, but it's not, oh, I have to do this because he wants me to.
Right.
But it's just like, all right, like, I actually want to have this relationship. You know, I want to know how to, when I do stumble, not condemn myself and set myself back even further than what I'm doing, you know? So it's just like, you grow a desire, but it makes you feel like you have your own, you know, not even make you feel, you do have your own relationship with him. And you can handle him and face whatever comes your way, whatever people, whatever things, whatever challenges.
Right.
You can face it and kind of be confident in it, even when it's your fault.
So we thank God for definitely, you know, you had to go through that process of doing things your way. So when he pulled you, you could see, okay, my way is not the best way.
Exactly.
You know, so we're thankful that God does that, allow us to go the different paths in life. And when he sits us down, like you said, put you into that solitary confinement area, man, that's when he's able to pour into us.
Exactly.
And for him to, I can definitely see why to pull you away from mentoring young ladies.
That's right.
Because you wasn't fully there to do it at that time.
Exactly.
So it's like when you're trying to do something and you're not ready to, you're actually damaging
Exactly.
pure goods. So he said, no.
Right. Not his.
Those are my babies. You're not going to touch them yet. You know, but he got you ready so you can go in the future. And speaking about the future, today you have your own business.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
Yes, it's my baby.
And what is the name and services you provide?
Yes, so it's Khalia Deborah, just period. It used to be Khalia Deborah Photography, but I say Khalia Deborah now just because of everything that kind of comes along with it. Photography is the main, like, building of it. I call myself a house of brands. And, like, within that house, I have different rooms.
Okay.
So, like, one room, the biggest room, the master room, is
I like that.
is photography.
Like
And my photography, I look at myself as being not your normal photography brand. So you don't just come to me looking for, oh, I just want a nice family picture. But when you come to me, you know, we have a good time, of course, you know, but I take the images that we do take, and I just put my own little touch to it. So whether I ask the family, do you guys have like a favorite quote? Do you have like a favorite scripture if I know that they're Christians? I just ask them different things, or I talk to, like, I did a shoot with a mother and her 2 sons. And she hadn't had pictures with them in I don't know how long. So, like, she texts me, like, every day, all day, does this look right? Does this look... But I wanted to, like, make sure it was all about her. This was her moment. But it just, like, I take it to, like, you know, a more intimate level.
Right.
Like, what does these photos mean to the person? And not just, they're just a client of mine, I'm getting paid, I'm going to take their picture and make sure they look good. But, like, what does this mean to them? You know, I got to do a maternity shoot last weekend, and I was just taking the pictures. I'm like, these things come out really nice. But young married couple, And it was a picture that we took, one of the last photos, and I was like, it just looked really nice. It was her, she's pregnant, and then it was her younger daughter, and I'm like, that's going to look just so awesome as like some type of like a Mother's Day thing. Well, if she's watching this, kind of ruined the surprise. But it's just like, it's just things like that, like they always get something that they didn't ask for.
Okay.
And it's like, I want to do more than just take a picture. But it's like a whole experience down to like, the different clients I have, because I do, I wouldn't say branding, but visual branding. So I basically help someone, we have a one-on-one photo shoot, but before that we have a whole encouragement session. So I figure out, what's your vision for your business? If you're an entrepreneur, what are you building? What's your values? What, why do you do what you do? That's like my number one question. Because if you can't tell me why, we probably don't need to have a photo shoot, but we need to figure this part out first. So it's just like, I figure out like what drives them. What gets you excited about this. And, during the shoot, we talk about different stuff and it brings it out. But it's like, we help them build like the excitement behind their business before they even take a photo shoot. And then I take those photos, I give them stock for their social media. I create, the whole now everybody does like the images with the quote attached to it.
Right.
So I pull all that together, but it looks so professional, and it gets them like started. So and I give them programs to use and everything, especially for entrepreneurs.
Right.
You don't have a big bank like that to be paying everybody to do this.
Right.
So I help you to put together a starter kit that'll visually represent yourself, but I have a session with you so you're not just out there looking like it, but you're also, you have the mindset of it too.
Great.
And that's needed.
Yes, it's very important.
And I'll tell you, testimony here. I needed that. Sister Speaks Life, when we said yes to the call to do this, ooh, that was a crazy session. And we had Stephen Hudgens, who did our photography work, and same thing, just drawing out, bringing out the best, and just acknowledging some things that I didn't even know was hidden. Yeah. Zoe was fine. I needed a lot of work. So, but I thank God. And it's people like you that take that time to invest in people that, like you said, you're not just getting paid. Yeah. You're not there for the money, but you want to bring out the best in them. Exactly. And so I definitely can appreciate that. And I can definitely encourage anyone that's out there listening that if you are in the process of starting your business and you're thinking about how to brand it, correct, and how to just go out there and showcase what God is doing through you, definitely take time, give her a call, and sit down and chat.
And it's easy to get in touch with her. KhaliaDeborah.com.
Yes. I try to make it as easy as possible.
It's once easy. Yeah.
And thank you, Eunice, and everybody that's tuning in.
Guys.
Continue to share this video because it will definitely inspire other women as well as men out there. But the show is mainly, to inspire you and help you to rise up and fulfill your purpose that God has given you to do, to help others, not just to keep it to yourself.
Right.
To help others.
I'm gonna ask a personal question, Khalia. How do you do all that you do? I mean, you're a mom. You're about to have baby number 2. Let's congratulate her.
Thank you.
And but you work full time.
Yes.
You do financial counseling, correct?
Yes,
You're
financial coaching.
Yes. And you're a photographer. How do you do all that?
Because everybody, that's
before
like
you go
the number
there,
one question.
you also, from what you just said, you coach businesses.
Yes.
Now that's a lot.
It is. And it's funny because I posted something on my Instagram yesterday. I was up late at night, some crazy hour, probably should have been asleep, playing around with some video stuff because I like doing encouragement videos. And I was like, sometimes it really does feel like overwhelming. Like, I can't handle this. Okay. I can't even sit up here and say, oh, I got it down pat. I got a schedule that goes like this. But like some days it does feel like overwhelming. So some days, I get home and it's like, I still love to cook. I do, because like I'm big on family life. I love it.
Beautiful.
I'm really like mushy and corny in that aspect.
Aww.
But I love it though. And it's like I don't want one to suffer because of the other.
Right.
So like sometimes I may get home and it's just like I have a 2-year-old running around, and it's just like sometimes I get frustrated and I'm like, no, you just got a lot going on. He don't. So it's just like, but it's just a matter of like, you know, balancing it all out. So it seems like a whole lot, but a lot of it kind of is all together. So like with my clients, I have, you know, one of my clients, Christy, I love her so much. I've been shooting with her since October, and I swear we shoot like every month.
Aww.
But yeah, like she's we call them mom bosses, but like she's a mom boss too.
And somebody
it's just
calls
like,
it the super mom club.
Yes,
Welcome
right.
to the super mom club.
Yeah, yes. She is a super mom.
So it's a lot of like managing your time wisely, planning stuff out, making sure you make the time for family time. But it's just like I have a planner, and sometimes I sit back and go, I have no idea how this all got done. I just do it, you know. And I do like to sleep. Like I don't do late hours. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I will fall asleep on you. But it's just like I manage it well. So I have a calendar. I have a planner. Sometimes I get yelled at because I'm a little too busy, so then I have to scale back, which I'm okay with because sometimes I need to be checked that way.
Okay.
But that kind of gets me to my whole point of like my support system. Like,
That's right.
I probably wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I do without. Like I think my May and June has been booked since like the end of March, and it's just like there's no way in heck I could do that with a toddler and expect another one without like the support behind me.
Yeah,
so it's just like I can't even say that, oh, I do it all by myself. I'm super mom. I got 8 arms. Like, no, because if somebody bells on me, I got a little man in a stroller or something like this. But like, I have like a huge like support system. Like dad is there like tremendously, and it's just like I can't do one without the other in a way. So like family is like huge.
Beautiful.
It's like huge. So it's just like I have that. So I was like, don't try to feel like you have to do it all by yourself. Like I can't do it all by myself. So you know, I pull people in. You know, I ask for help. You know, and that wasn't something I always did. I always try to do stuff on my own, but you know, I can't really say I do it by myself. I do it all because I don't do it by myself.
And that support group is so important because that encourages you to keep going and fulfilling your purpose. And I like how you said, you know, if you didn't, I can see you now, camera in one hand, baby in the other.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I know you'll get it done. You say you just do it, you know, and that's another thing that I like that you say. You have your planner, but you don't sit there and think for days. Well, let's start out. You don't think for hours and days and then 15 days, how am I going to do this? Sometimes we do that, you know, so you don't think about it like you say, you just do it. And that's a good thing.
Right. And a special shout out to Dad.
Yes.
Yes, he is. He's a huge kind of support system. Like, definitely, he'll check me when I need to be checked. 100%.
I like that.
Without hesitation. You're a little too busy. You probably shouldn't be doing this. So he'll check me. But, you know, I'll go, hey, you know, what do you got going on? I got this, you know, going on. Or you got this going on. And we just make it work.
Right.
You know, and it's not one of those things where I feel like, oh my God, I can't take a client because of this, because of that. Like, we make it work. So we definitely like support each other.
And Eunice said, preach, girl.
Yes, that's right. And you know what? And I'm glad it went into this direction because a lot of times we have women who are doing God's call.
Yes.
And so having that support system, especially your mates, is so important. And if the men are listening, listen. It's so important.
Turn the volume
up. Because you're supporting what God has placed in her hands to do. And while you're doing that, God will bless your home. God will bless you too. It's nothing better than having the support of mainly your husband, your spouse, your children's, your son's father. Is nothing better than that. I mean, if other people don't support you, you're like, psh, whatever. But when your spouse supports you and is there for you, just cheering you on in spite of what you see and what you hear, Oh my goodness. That is so great. So definitely to the men and to the women,
Right.
whose husbands are doing great things, let's continue to support them. Let's be their number one cheerleader so that they can continue doing what God has placed in their hands to do. I always say, I do not want to be the cause for that man, my husband, not doing what God has called him to do.
Right.
If anything, I'm also going to cheer you on and I should be your number one cheerleader. And so
Now, to the single
Man
ladies
up,
that
women.
don't have the spouse and, don't have the mate.
He'll come.
No, it's not that. We rely on the scripture. Through Christ, we can do all things.
Not for nothing. We ain't gonna go back and forth, but it's actually easier though when you're single because I'm saying to do those things because I recall at one time running and doing.
Right, you got less
I didn't
things
have
to
no
be
one to
accountable
really
for.
answer to. But then when it came to the time where now I gotta stop. Okay, I'll talk to him. Right, the schedule. And also being pulled and say, hey, can you put me on your schedule? Those things, do happen when you have that person in your life. But when you don't, it's a little easier. So while you can, do what you can. Awesome.
Yes, I definitely, Khalia, you had brought up, I like how you say you help businesses get their brand started. I really like that. Can you expand on that? Like how you helping, let's say, the starter entrepreneur. And I like how you say you help them with their brand, because when the individual is chasing their dream, they just don't know which direction to go. And a lot of times it's trial and error, and it's more errors. And then they got to do damage control. And so can you talk more about that as far as people who are starting out? They're like, okay, this is my dream. This is what I do. I got my photo shoot. How do I promote this? So what do you do more in that area as far as your visual personality package, you call it, the VP package?
Right. So I focus... Well, me being a photographer, I focus on like the visual aspect of it. But before we can just jump into a photo shoot, because it's easy to schedule a photo shoot, get some pictures, post them on Instagram, and say, "Hey, this is my business." Before any of that, I require an encouragement session. It's basically a consultation, but I call it encouragement session because that's what I want you to leave this from, like being encouraged and inspired and like on a bigger fire than you are for your business.
Okay.
So we sit in that session, we answer questions. So we talk about why do you do what you do? That's the number one question. If you can't answer that, we can't go no further yet. When you get the answer to that, then we can move on.
You're tough.
So it's just like, why do you do what you do?
You're good.
Because it's just like, if your only drive is because I want to make money, you can do anything. Like, you can do anything.
Right.
But it's just like, you have to have a bigger purpose. At least working with me. I mean,
Wow. That's good.
like,
though.
you have to have a bigger purpose than just making money.
Right.
Like, you have to, because that's going to be your driving force to change. That's going to be your driving force to, be creative. Like, money is money. Like, that's just how I view it. Like, money is money. And if you have a bigger purpose, other than just putting money in your pocket, there's places that you're going to go that, just a simple chasing after a dollar isn't going to take you. We talk about value proposition. Like, what do you have to offer to these people? Besides just this product, like, what are you offering to them? How are you making their life better? So we talk about values. We talk about all of that, but it's just a matter of getting their mindset right before we sit there and have this photo shoot for you to just put yourself out there. And then after we kind of get that together, they're on Friday like, oh my God, I have this. And 9 times out of 10, after that conversation, they have so many different ideas. Oh, I want to do this with the brand. I want to do this. I want to, they talk about fundraisers or different ways they can give back. Right. So it becomes more than just, I'm doing this for money. But it's after the end of the session, it's more so, okay, how can I do this to benefit myself? Because we're going to be smart here. But also, how can I do this so that it's a bigger purpose than myself?
Yes.
So it's you get a little bit of, everything, but you're also presenting yourself at the end of everything. Once you get your whole package and you're ready to throw yourself out there, you're presenting yourself in a professional manner. I talk
Right.
about like social media, like how does your social media look?
Yes.
You know, is it consistent? You know, do you have, you know, are you using those professional images, or are you just blasting your social media with like screenshots and reposts and this? Like, you want your brand is represented whether you're talking, whether you're not talking, whether you're posting on social media, the conversations you have, what you post on your Twitter. Like, you are your brand. So if you're going to run a business, be it.
I like that. If you want to run a business, be the business.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's why you're sharing. I'm thinking about those individuals that only think about the money part.
Yes.
And that the vision is not bigger. You know, like you said, this is what they want to do, but there's no long term really. And like you said, when you sit with them, they come up with the other ideas and the other ideas. But there's the money one. Unfortunately, I look at it that'll die off kind of quick.
Yes.
Yes.
Because,
They can come and go.
Yeah, they can come and go. And I think we have seen that where it's like everything is put out in the beginning, and it's like, well, what happened now? It was too fast, and then it dies out immediately. So it's like, whoa. So I'm one of those that was like, let's take our time. Let's take our time with certain things, because all at once you can die quickly.
Exactly.
So I like that. I like that you do take that time with your clients, and that you instill that in them.
Exactly. Like my favorite CEO, Dale Partridge. Love the guy. Like
And what's the name again? For
Dale Partridge. DalePartridge.com. Go read up on him. But his whole foundation of his company, his empire, like, is people over profit. He has a book.
Yes.
Yes.
It came out, I think a year ago, 2 years ago. I think it was a year ago. But people over profit. Read it. Because it shows you the cycle of, like, you know, what happens when you start being people over profit. And then what happens when you become people over profit? Then you start to conform to what the world wants you to do.
Right.
And then you have to clean yourself up and get back to people over profit instead of just staying that lane.
Right.
But it's just like, it's just so amazing. Every single thing he can do just by running his business for a bigger purpose than himself.
Amen. Amen. And that's what it's all about. It's about serving others. It's not about you. You know, and that's one thing, what you're saying basically is, you know, like we always say, I always say none of me, all of you got. But a lot of times you hear less of me, more of you got. And that's basically what you're seeing. Even with your business, it's not about you. It's about the people you're serving. So on that note, with your busy schedule, how many people are you serving a day? I'm just curious.
I don't think I've ever put a number on it. Like, I think the true number I could put on it is like my VP clients, my like the visual personality clients. It's only because I work with them so closely. So even when I send them their final package, like, this is it. Like, it's not even a close the door. Like, you know, they're calling me, hey, I need you to design a flyer for them. Like, hey, can you come speak at my event? Hey, can you do this? Hey, like, I talk to them, like, on a regular basis. So it's like, it's more so we built a network. It's not a one-hit shop. Like, you go to the store, you buy a shirt, you leave, you don't come back.
Right.
But they came, they did what they need, and they keep coming back. Like, even to the point, like, I get to meet with one of my clients that we wrapped up our session, but I get to meet with her Friday just for an encouragement session.
Okay.
You know, just because she's like, I need a little push, I need this. So it's like, I can say about, like, there's about 8 of those. But, like, I do everything from, like, family shoots to, you know, personality shots to headshots to, you know, people that want to get involved with modeling, so they need comp cards. I help design, customize comp cards. So it's just like, it's hard to put a number on it, especially when, like, I relaunched July 2016, and I've pretty much been able to be booked every month since then. Even, like, sitting here, like, I don't know how I'm going to be booked this month or next month. And then you just start rolling in emails and phone calls and stuff like that. So it's just like, okay. So it's quite a few.
Okay. Well, we have a question, Eunice and family. If you want to know how to reach out to Khalia, go to KhaliaDeborah.com. It sound like you're going to be getting some more new clients.
Oh, yeah.
Eunice
Awesome.
is asking, how many times do you think you should post new stuff or updates on social media? That's an excellent question.
Yes,
Eunice.
it is.
It is.
And being
I'm not
that you-
always, to be completely honest, I'm not always like the guru on like, you know, when to post on like social media. But like just coming from, I can only say anything from experience. But like no late night posts.
No
Like-
late night pipe posts.
Like you got to think about it. Like who's up looking at your post and paying attention and taking it in? Not me. Even if I'm up at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm scrolling. I'm not like taking it in. So if you're serious about what you're posting, try to save it for, you know, like I know me. I post, you know, in the morning,
Right.
especially if it's like an encouragement video or something like that. I
Right,
post it
right.
in the morning because how many people do you know, and we might all be victim to it, roll over before you even brush your teeth and you scrolling. So like I get up so early that like I can, you know, post something and, you know, it'll be like at a good time only because everyone's on their phone before they start their day. Think about lunchtime. You know, when people like after people's like off work, but it's just like, you know, I guess you also got to know like the audience that you're targeting to.
Right.
You know, because it's like if you target into like teenagers, you know, my little sister, she be up at
Yeah, they don't
all
get up.
crazy hours, so it don't matter when you post. But like you got to also think about like your target audience.
That's true.
You know, it's just like do research, and then that goes into doing research on your audience, on the people you're targeting. You know, so it's just like I'm not like a pro on like social media. I'm not like the social media guru, but that just what works for me.
Right.
So I do like posting in the morning, and like a lot of mine is done like in the morning and then around my lunchtime.
And that's true, because even when people are traveling to work, they had time to look and read and really sink in. So it's so true. Yeah.
And I'm guilty. I'm guilty of the Facebook. But I'm not, what I do is, I'll say, this is me. Scripture first. And I really just keep going. I'm like, no Facebook, just scripture first. And I make sure that I take that time. And I'm like, no, this can't be before God.
Yes.
That makes you feel better.
Yeah.
The scrolling.
And then after that, it's like, yeah, okay, now. But thank you for sharing also how you get up extra early, because I thought to myself,
I be trying. I
To
just
do that?
I'm trying.
you got to get up extra early.
I did
Definitely.
good for like a long time,
Mhm.
and then you know, pregnancy hits and it like makes you real tired. But I can't use that as an excuse though. I can't. But I'm trying. You know, it's easier some days than others. I'm gonna be completely honest. Some days I hit that snooze 20 times before I actually get up.
We what? Oh, we got hungry people, so I should what? Oh, 7 a.m. Yeah, you need to get up earlier than that, right? God's gonna help you, Eunice. He will. Trust me.
Yes.
One of the questions I wanted to ask, and it's because, again, you know, we work. A lot of us work. We're dealing with daily finances and expenses, and life gets pretty expensive.
Yes.
And so you have a degree in accounting and finance, and with this background, you help people get on the path to a better financial future. How do you achieve this with a person that is totally clueless on finances?
I kind of use myself as an example because my mom kind of taught me based on her trial and error. And then, so my whole purpose in going to school, when they ask you, oh, why'd you choose this degree, is just because I wanted to be able to help people not fall into the same mistakes that I saw family members fall into. Now, granted, I still made my own financial mistakes. Like, I still did. But there's different things that I've learned that my mistakes weren't as detrimental. You know, so like in college, I made me and one of my good college friends made a pact that we'd never rent in our life and that we would own a home by the time we were 24.
Okay.
No, by the time we were 25, and I closed on my house like 7 days before my 25th birthday.
Oh,
And it's just like, but it's just like
Awesome.
things like that.
Accomplishment. That's
Things
great.
like that came from, you know, how I dealt with my, you know, credit in college.
Yes.
Right.
So like I go to Del Valle University because I have a good friend who works there now, and I spend my entire day there, and I have one-on-one coaching with the students. And it's just to prepare them now for what they can do when they graduate.
Yes.
So I tell people, the little jobs you have now can do more for you than you know.
That's right.
So save a little bit. Open a Capital One 360 account. It's free. It's online. You don't have a card. And it can take whatever amount of money you want and put it into an account. And it's interest bearing, so you're getting free money.
Wonderful.
So it's just like, just save it. And it's just like when I had my son, I was able to pay 3 months worth of bills in one day because of money that I didn't even realize was going in there.
That's right.
But it's just like, I'm trying to get people in a practice of doing more with the money you already have. Because we always get in the mindset of, oh, when I get more money, I can do this.
Right.
When I get more money, I can pay my tithes. Like, what?
That's backwards.
That's backwards.
I was there, but I'm just saying. When I get more money, I could do this. It's like, no, you could probably do way more than you think with the money you already have.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's my goal, is to kind of figure out, okay, what do you have? What are you doing with what you have? Because that's the key indicator of what you can do.
Yes.
And how can we shift that to make you be able to do the things that you actually want to do? Because first, like, before God gives you anything extra, He's going to see, what are you doing with what I give you first before I give you anything else?
If you're faithful in the few, I will bless you with the much.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
yes.
right.
That's so true. And we have another comment. It says, high, strong, tactful, determined ladies.
I like those words.
By putting God first, we will make sure our vision lines up with His. Amen.
Exactly.
Amen. Yes.
That's the
yes.
truth. And can you repeat again, what was that website? Because I know there's a lot of young college students, and this is the trap. And we all went to college, and the first thing you see when you get to that student center is that you have all those credit card companies waiting for you.
Yes.
Okay.
But the credit card companies, if people that's watching, the credit card companies, the schools actually make money from the credit card companies that you're getting the cards from. So, of course, the college is going to have them there. But you were saying about the one credit card, you were saying?
Yeah, like the, now this one, it's not a credit card, it's a savings account.
Okay.
Right.
And it's free. It's Capital One 360. You don't have a card. I think now you can actually get one, but I encourage them, don't get a card for it. You set it up with your bank account where it withdraws a certain, whatever amount you tell them every 2 weeks, every week, every month, whatever, into this online bank account.
Okay.
It's interest bearing. So you put your money in, you let your money grow, you're getting free money.
There you
and
go.
It's a savings account. Like, there's no penalty, there's no fees if you don't have this amount in it. It's a free savings account. And it's just like, it got to the point where I wasn't even realizing that money was going in there. And I went in there and looked like, oh, what? Like, I didn't pay 3 months worth of bills in one day. Like, it was just like, but you don't realize it. So if you can get into that practice as young, especially like when you're in college, and like practice it and put it into practice, by the time you out of school, you in your 20s, you should be able to do some dope things with your money.
Okay.
Like buy a house.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like, why do you have to rent when you can own?
Yes.
That's right. And you're making someone else rich.
Right.
That's what I always think about. It's like, I'm giving someone else my money. I work for that. So instead of doing that, I want to invest it.
Yes.
At least I think.
Family, I know you are getting so much from this show. Please share this video. Khalia is offering so much that you have to share this video, because whether you're young, whether you're middle-aged, whether you're elderly, everyone can benefit from this video, from how she encourages people, financial advice. If you are a business owner just starting out, family, is so much information in this video. So make sure you share it. And everybody that's just tuning in, we thank you. Khalia, oh my goodness, I wish we had another hour. But we might have to bring you back.
With her multiple talents.
Yes. And we can see how God is using you in the lives of many people in many different areas.
Yes.
But what would you say is the one, if you can have one, most favorite that you just love out of everything that you do?
It's funny because a lot of people who know me might expect me to say photography, which I love it. But my favorite part about, I call myself KD, but my favorite part about KD is the mentoring I get to do. Because with every single thing I do, I'm mentoring in every single part. Very true. I even get to, like the foundation that fell through and got like snatched away from me. now I still have it. It's called In Her Beauty, but I get to do it in a different way. So I write like handwritten notes to people who sign their daughters up. I write handwritten notes to them, and they get packages in the mail. And every package is a different topic. So it's like talking about I am. What do you call yourself? That's one of the biggest, most important phrases you can ever attach to yourself, because what you are is what you become. What you believe is what you become. So I write handwritten letters to them. I send them packets. I do journal prompts for them to write. I even tell them, you can write me back if you want. If you don't, you don't, and you'll get them until you're 18.
Oh, wow.
But that's just my way to just encourage them to, they don't see my face. They don't know what I look like. They're not, following my advice because, oh, she cool, she hip, she this, she that. They don't see the person. All they see is that it's somebody taking out the time of their lives to encourage me.
Amen.
So that's like my best thing to do, because you get to see people excited about their business, excited about their life. Like my mentee texts me and calls me at like 8 o'clock in the morning when she's walking to school, and it's like, hey, Miss Khalia, I'm just calling to say good morning. Or, hey, I got a job. And da-da-da-da. But, I mean, that kind of feels good. It's just like, all right, keep doing it. And it's just like, just the excitement you give people for their own life. You'd be surprised what they do for your own.
Okay. Amen. So let's say I have a daughter and I want her to be part of what you're doing. How could I get in touch with you? How can we get connected?
You can email me. You can email me at kdeb@KhaliaDeborah.com, or you can go to the website, KhaliaDeborah.com, and it's called Book with Khalia.
Okay.
You can fill out that form. It gives, your name, email, all that good stuff, and say, hey, I want some encouragement for my daughter.
Beautiful.
And then I could just have like a sign-up sheet to say, hey, sign up your daughter here, but I want you to email me, because I'm going to email you back and say, hey, when's her birthday? What are some interesting facts about her? Like, I don't want to just have like a name, an age, and a birthday, and I'm just writing to this random person. But like each girl has a file.
Beautiful.
So it's just like I find interesting things about them, and I also ask, what do they struggle with? Do they struggle with self-esteem? I write to her about self-esteem. And I tell own stories about myself where I had self-esteem issues and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's not more of a just sign your daughter up. Right. But tell me a little bit about her, what she struggles with, but also what is she dope at? What does she love? How can I expand on that? Just through these letters and these packets. So you can just go to KhaliaDeborah.com, click on Book with Khalia, send me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
And family, if you just tuning in earlier when we started this video, Khalia gave us all an assignment that will encourage us. And Khalia, you have 3 words that describe you, which is?
It's strong, impactful, and determined.
So, family, when you share this video, also comment. What are the 3 words that you use to describe you? Just 3 words, family. 3.
Just 3.
Just 3. It's your top 3.
Right.
You might be inspired to say more.
Just 3. So comment in this video today and throughout the week. What 3 words describe you?
All right. We're going to challenge you. We know you can do it.
Yeah.
So make sure you get it done. And, Khalia, this has been a great time. We've had a great time.
Thank you for having me.
I'm still stuck on the word that you just finished saying. It took me back. You said dope.
right. Dope.
What makes your daughter dope?
Doper. That's your word. Doper. Dopeness.
When I heard the word, I said, "Ooh, she took me back." Okay, and I said, "Man,
right."
I gotta connect with some of the youngins. But it's exciting. It's exciting to see that God is using you in so many different ways. Thank you for sharing. You share from having a child to your business to having the support of your
the father,
my boyfriend. I didn't know how to swim. You're
right. He's here supporting you now.
He's here, so I'm like, you tell me. So it's just awesome, and I thank you. I thank you for just being so transparent, sharing that there were weaknesses, but look how far God has brought you, and like you said, You're not perfect. None of us are.
No.
Exactly.
We always want to encourage people to understand that you don't have to be perfect.
None
of us are. And once you realize that, just start walking in it.
Exactly.
Like you said earlier. Just start walking in that purpose. Just begin to take the steps. Don't be afraid.
Yes.
And be bold.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
All right, family. So we're counting on you to contact KhaliaDeborah.com. Also share this video. And like we always say at the time that we don't want it to end, but we have to. So family, from the north to the south to the east to the west, remember you are what? Fearfully and wonderfully made. God loves you, and so do we.